Hey guys, this is Turan, and in today's video I'll be reacting to a trailer for The Naked Gun 2025. So, shit. This specific trailer, I'm gonna have to come out and say, I seen the original. This is if anyone's watching this or watches it at some point and doesn't know yet, this is like a remake of a series that was from the original one's from the late 80s. Wow. Cause I know this series, I watched it as a kid. So this is kind of like the original was like what do you call that, parody? Is it like I always thought it's like a James Bond parody? Crime spoof comedies, yeah. Uh, Let me check here, series. I've been meaning to check this today. I saw this came out a couple days ago. There was three of them? Okay. I think these are kind of like spoofs, more like on. I thought the original was based on like James Bond type stuff because the first one came out in the 80s, and that's around the time that Timothy Dalton's James Bonds were out. He had like two of them. That was after Roger Moore's and before they wanted, that's right, they wanted Pierce Brosnan at the time, but he was under contract somewhere else. He eventually got in later in the first movie GoldenEye, which is also one of my favorites. I like that Cold War aesthetic of that one. So I'm excited to see what this is about because Leslie Neeson, who's also Leslie. Oh God, here we go. Because I'm gonna screw up. That's why they're doing it, because the original guy is Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen, and where's Leslie Nielsen from again? He's from Canada, and now we're doing. That's right, Liam Neeson. They're gonna make a joke about that, aren't they? Cause I remember, I was thinking about that. Someone should do some kind of jokes like that, like a movie like this. I saw on IMDb that people make lists of Hold on. So there are lists on IMDb of actors that look alike and actresses. The one I remember off the top of my head is the guy who plays Sam, the Winter Soldier. I can't remember his name now. And him and Mark Hamill, especially with Mark Hamill, like from 30 years ago, look very similar. And there was another one I see a lot of actresses. Like they seem to hire specific types that have very similar hair and facial features. They should make a joke about that in one of these movies where they show they hire some of these actors to come in and be like twins or something like that. Yeah, do something like that with the twins. That's my idea out there for that. Um, Anyways, Liam Neeson, one of my favorite actors. He's Irish. He's Irish, right? If everyone knows him from Taken, from Star Wars, and he did some other great stuff. I still have to watch Schindler's List. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. I hear it's kind of depressing and sad. So I don't watch a lot of those. But I'm wary of this too because I'm adamantly usually against any kind of remake stuff. I've done a lot of trailers for Disney movies for the last 2 years. I've been started doing this trailer reaction content on my channel, and I tend not to like this stuff because I've been watching. It just shows that Hollywood's like running out of ideas. It's just like I don't mind if they do this type of content. My problem is where they use the name recognition thing. What's that? What did Angry Video Game Nerd? He brought that up once. I was watching his video about the Godzilla movies and how the one they made in the late '90s, the American one, just used what he called the marquee. Like that's a French word, I think, right? And it's just like, yes, I don't like when they do that too much, where they use name recognition. See, I read a lot of fantasy books. Quick thing on this: a lot of story elements are often the same. I even have a couple story ideas I've been trying to scribble down for years. And it's like someone was making, what was that joke? It was from Futurama or something. Oh, people just like the same thing over and over, something like that. And it's like, okay, yeah. So do the same thing, make it original in your own way. But in the case of this, what I'm trying to get at with this stuff with Hollywood is, it's fine if they do that, but also make it its own name, make it its own franchise, and not using the same name recognition to um, get people to come to theater. Like, this is why Disney's failing. The way Disney's doing it with the remake stuff, and look what happened to Snow White and The Little Mermaid and some of the others. The Mufasa one, fuck that. I can't believe they even tried that. Of course, that made them a lot of money. But I'm just I want this to be funny. I like comedy movies. I love the Naked Gun type of movies. I have to rewatch those old ones, the originals now. The only thing I rewatched recently was Airplane, which also had Leslie Nielsen in it, and he was hilarious in there. He's one of the best parts of that, and the jokes in general are my favorite. But so, anyways, let's get into this. I could probably turn the audio off for this. I've just been recording the One Piece a new episode, so now I'm like, okay, can I turn this stuff up? I'm gonna turn it up about there, and I'm gonna watch this now because I want to stop ranting and I want to have a laugh. Okay. Wait a second. 1 second. Had to adjust the audio. I had to turn my. I forgot my speak. I'm watching all that One Piece episode today, and maybe the other one last night. I forgot to turn the speaker on. It has bass in this. Come on. There we go. Now I gotta turn it down because the bass is gonna kill me. Hold on. Turn it down a little bit. Oh God. Is she a Girl Scout? Oh. Ah! Oh God. Oh, Seth MacFarlane. Okay. If it's funny, I don't care. Just don't make him a turtle movie. Oh God. That's a... Oh, there he is. Oh God. What? Oh. 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 I'll talk about that later. Wait a minute. That's a trailer. Oh, these are all the actors from the original? Oh God, it is. August, okay. Oh, around my birthday. Evika Schaefer. Okay. I feel like that's a reference to the original one, but since I watched that stuff almost 30 years ago, I don't remember. Um so I'll this is something I might be willing to give a try because I said I like the original franchise, and I like Liam Neeson, and I'm hoping for something funny. Um, last what happened there is obviously, in case anyone doesn't know, and because I don't know a lot, you have to do your own research afterward. That was O.J. Simpson. He was in maybe at least the first one, and obviously things happened with him in the 90s, and he's not with us anymore. So I don't really like to speak ill of the dead type thing. Sort of, it's like I don't know enough about what happened. It's some kind of stuff you have to look into it. I'm keeping my hands off of that. I know what they're going to say. Hollywood's obviously going to keep their hands off it too to not get controversy around this film. Um, although, yeah, there was that when we were starting. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it here. I hope this will be good. Cause I always thought this when he's a police squad. I always thought he was more James Bond. Maybe the second and third one do that. And I know they make parodies of other movies. I think in one of them they do like Jurassic Park thing is going on because that one came out probably the last one because I think the last one came out in '95, which after Jurassic Park. I'm glad to see Liam Neeson still acting. I'm glad he's doing something like this too because the last movie I saw him in, the last 2 or 3 movies were all like sadder dramas. There was a one where he's a thief. That one wasn't so good. There was that one where there was another one where he's involved with some stuff, and then his character was getting like dementia and stuff like that, and then cops were trying to track him down. His last few were just not that good to me. Some of his stuff immediately after Taken were pretty good. I feel like I can get sinus. If I'm sounding nasally, I think I can kind of hear it. I liked his stuff after some of his immediate stuff post Taken, once that movie took off, were great. or to, at the very least, very good. There was that one where he's like a spy who can't remember he's a spy. It kind of used Jason Bourne stuff. I forget the others right now. Not really something I guess I rewatched a lot, but I thought they were good. And so I'm glad to see him. And I'm saying he's done all the dramas, but I would like to see him do some other like comedy. I know he did that one with Seth MacFarlane that I haven't watched yet. A Million Ways to Die in the West. I still have to put that's queued up, kind of in my list. I gotta get out and watch, but yeah. So I'll probably check this one out. So that's all I got to say on it. Again, I like this type of humor of these kind of the original movies. Very, very different kind of humor than other comedies. I guess I don't know what you call it. Spoofs, parodies. Like Airplane was like a based on like um what do you call it? Disaster movies. I couldn't think of it. And this is like James Bond and other stuff. So, anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.